You go after people's dogs, even not their individual dog, the dog breed. And this is certainly true of pit bull owners. And, you mess with the bull, you get the horn, man. Sometimes I'll mention a random story to Clay, and I will say, I think this one's going to get a lot of attention. I think that people are particularly into it, and it's going to go way beyond what anybody would think at first. And that makes me, that turns my attention to this story. It is up on Outkick.com right now, which is a very excellent website for all of you out there. And we should probably cross-link it at clayandbuck.com. TikTok veterinarian goes viral with a list of dog breeds she wouldn't own. Now, let's just say this. Generally, I think that you're allowed to say whatever you want about opinion stuff or taste issues, right? So if I say that chocolate ice cream is the best ice cream and someone else, for whatever reason, is a barbarian who really likes strawberry ice cream, this is always a debate in my household, Clay, people are entitled to their opinions. Even though on Twitter, as you and I both know, if you say, I like vanilla, people will pile on and say, why did your parents make so many mistakes in raising it? You know what I'm talking about with this stuff.
I noticed early on in Twitter, I went on and said, which to me is an indisputable truth, the best cobbler, I think I said cobbler is really good. And I'm a big fan of blackberry cobbler in particular. And immediately people were outraged that I could really like cobbler. And this was one of the first, maybe the first year that I've been on Twitter. And so what you learn about social media is whatever you say you like, you almost immediately get attacked. And it doesn't matter what it is. What is the least offensive thing that you could say on, this is like a fun debate topic, there's obviously controversial topics. What is the least controversial thing that you could say on Twitter?
I mean, something about food you like, or cheeseburgers are better than hot dogs.
But it would, when you say even I like hot dogs, somebody's going to be like, what are you, crazy? Hot dogs are garbage,
are you kidding
right?
me? You'll get, I got dragged for days for pointing out that milk in your coffee is basically better than all these oat juices and things. People
right.
lost their minds of days and days. Sorry, there's so many options. I'm like, look, drink whatever you want. I don't care. But anyway, there's a lot of these things that we could get into, and it is true. You could say on social media today, you or I or anyone listening could say, well, it's a nice day. And then all of a sudden some account from weathertruth.com or something is going to be like, why are you such an idiot? It's not good weather. It's actually causing a lot of power grid issues. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, someone better enjoy it now, because in 10 years, we're all going to be dead because of climate change.
You can't say any. And the worst thing is if you ask, I wish that I could crowdsource. On this show, we can, and brilliant people call in with tremendous expertise. But on social media, if you ask an honest question like, hey, what's the best way for me to regrout the tile in my bathroom? You'll get 50 responses of people saying, oh, you're such an idiot who's never done anything in his life. You're like, okay. So, but so I bring this up because people, and this audience included, me included, although it's a family dog technically, people love their dogs. You mess with their dog and you're in a world of hurt. And I don't even just mean obviously actually being mean to the dog or something. I just mean you talk smack about their dog breed. If you want to see a website crash from the traffic that will happen, start a fight between pro pit bull owners and anti pit bull owners, just as an example. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not starting that fight right now. I'm just saying it is something that gets people very fired up on both sides. This veterinarian on TikTok did
Wit is her name. She's kind of cute.
Hey. She did a little video, and I'm going to say this right now. She wasn't, she had no idea what she was stepping into. She did the 5 dog breeds she wouldn't own as a veterinarian.
Okay, doing a little spin on a new trend. I'm going to do 5 breeds that I would not own because I am a veterinarian. This is my opinion and my opinion only, and it's also for fun, so don't get your panties in a bunch. Coming in at number 5 are the Chinese Cresteds. I mean, the dogs and stuff are fine. I don't like hairless animals. They're zitty. They're kind of greasy. Same with cats. Kind of feel like a ball sack. No for me. Number 4, these ankle biters. Nope, not my cup of tea. Afraid I'm going to get stepped on. Will more than likely be bit if I had one. They're usually a one-person dog. No, we've got a few that are just like super, super, super sweet. The rest of them are ankle biters. 3, not just a pug, but just any brachycephalic breeds. I mean, some of them are so cute and so sweet, but they can't breathe. Literally cannot breathe. They snore. I've already got a husband that snores. I don't need anything else. Skin fold dermatitis, allergies, yeasty, smelly, gassy. It's a no for me, dog. Coming in at number 2, the GSD. This also applies to Belgian Malinois. Basically, they have the potential to be really great dogs, good police dogs, good, rescue type scenarios. But 95% of the ones that we see in clinic want to bite your face off because they're not properly trained. I know that I would not be able to properly train them because I have no time. So if you think about getting these dogs, don't do it lightly because they need lots of training, lots of attention. But yeah, would never own. And coming in at 1 to piss everyone off is the Golden Doodle. Some of these dogs are really sweet, but a lot of them are crazy hyper, can't sit still for 2 seconds. We've had some really aggressive ones as well. They're just kind of squirrely. Ear infections out the wazoo. So expensive grooming. They are a mixed breed. Just too high maintenance for me. No, I'd rather have a hound dog.
Okay, so she's trying to have fun. Clay, this went like mega viral. People
are furious.
Completely. So just to be clear, there is no community for the Chinese crested out there. Okay, I've never even seen one. Do you know? Oh my gosh,
I don't know.
New York City Alley over here says I've never even seen a Chinese crested. That's a thing that people see.
I have no idea what kind of dog.
To me, that's like a space alien. Like that doesn't even really count. But apparently, Allie says they exist. They're hairless in part, which is what freaks everybody out. She mentioned Chihuahuas. And I will say our friend Tommy Laren has a Chihuahua. You go after people's Chihuahuas, it's like you're calling their baby ugly. She went after bulldogs and said they snore and can't breathe, which I will say bulldog snoring is adorable, okay? The bulldog owners of America.
They do have, though, a breathing issue, right?
Clay, come on.
My understanding.
I have breathing issues, all right? I've got a deviated septum. I'm glad that nobody abandoned me. And then she mentioned German Shepherds and Malinois. Now, that one, I'm going to say, and maybe I'm stepping into here a little bit, you have to know what you're doing with those dogs. Those are not like get them and figure it out how to be a dog owner.
I got bit by a German Shepherd when I was a kid. Badly.
Really?
You know, the scar on my face when I was 5 years old, I had chicken pox. I was at my friend Neil's house. He also had chicken pox. Anybody out there who's around my age or older will remember, we had chicken pox parties. They were the opposite of COVID, right? Everybody, when you got chicken pox, they wanted you to get it at a young age. So everybody got chicken pox around the same age. I believe I was in first grade. And I was in first grade. Went out to pet his dog, Casper, the German Shepherd. Casper leapt up and bit me and ripped. You didn't know? I don't think ripped my face. Like you could see the cheekbone.
Oh my God, you're lucky you didn't hit your eye.
Yeah, I know. And also my throat. My lip was ripped open. I had a hole in my cheek. So I was 6 and I had over 50 stitches.
My God.
From this German Shepherd bite. So I'm not a big German Shepherd guy. Now,
they're working dogs. The same thing with the Malinois. The Malinois is like a lean, mean German Shepherd in terms of its speed, and they're great for a lot of our military and law enforcement audience. Love their Malinois, love their Shepherds. That's because they're amazing in those roles, and if you know how to handle them. But they're, it's a Chihuahua is different from a Malinois, right? A Chihuahua is not.
And all these dogs have different personalities inside of the breed itself, right?
Of course, but a Chihuahua is not going to go flying through an open window at top speed and take down a 180-pound man like it's nothing. If a Chihuahua did that, it would be remarkable to see. Be kind of like that scene in There's Something About Mary with the little dog. But anyway, if you haven't seen, you can't make that movie anymore. But the one that I think really, I'm going to tell you this right now. My fiance is a doodle person. I have experienced this with doodle people all over the country. Doodle people are like the vegans of the canine owner world in that they think they have figured out. So they're like, they don't shed. They're hypoallergenic. They're super smart. They're like, they have figured out the secret to the top of the canine ownership pyramid here. You mess with people's doodles, they freak out.
How much do these doodles cost, too?
I think, doodles are probably a couple of, it depends where you're on the country, a couple of grand. I mean, Frenchies, which goes under the brachycephalic dog or brachycephaly, which is what the squash face dogs are. Frenchies run anywhere from $2 or $3 grand up to 15 grand.
$15,000.
Yes, a blue Frenchie in a city if you're going through a breeder will cost you. That's why there are armed robbers who steal people's Frenchies.
I've seen the stories about people getting them
Apparently,
stolen.
the snoring doesn't hurt the market value that much. Just saying that for the bulldog owners out there.
So what has happened to this TikTok vet? Like, she's everywhere.
I mean, she's all over. You got the story up at Outkick. I think she's more famous than she ever intended to be. Look, everyone needs to calm down. Lady's allowed to have her opinions. I just think it's kind of funny because there are some things. I will say this, Clay. It's a little bit like, I'm sure there are people in the sports world where if you really trash somebody's team, you're like, that team sucks. Their coaching is awful. They take it personally, right? They're like, hold on a second. Like, I actually really think that team is awesome and inspiring. You go after people's dogs, even not their individual dog, the dog breed. And this is certainly true of pit bull owners. And, you mess with the bull, you get the horn, man.
I can't believe she didn't put pit bull on the list.
I was surprised by that, too, given the ones that she went after here. But there are the people that say, best family dog you could ever have. And then there are people who say all the fatal attacks basically nationwide involve pit bulls. So you get this huge debate that breaks down them. Because like when I lived in D.C., and I lived in an apartment building there was a whole list of banned breeds. So this does actually become an issue.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In your building?
There are some cities that I think have even considered banning certain breeds citywide. I don't think that's really gone into effect yet. But yeah, man, it's a weight issue. So there's a little bit of body shaming of the canines that goes on because they don't want.
I had to have my mom just texted me 3 facial surgeries to recover from that when I was 6 years old.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, think about 50 stitches for a 6-year-old. If 50 stitches for an adult is a big wound, but for a 6-year-old, it was like half my face.
Man, that is. By the way, speaking of dogs, on a happier note,
barely missed the eye and the neck.
Send us your cute pup photos at clayandbuck.com. We got all the Sexton dogs posted. We are going to do Cute Cat Tuesday at some point for all the cat. But she took a little shot, the vet, at cats, too. I'm just going to say it.
We've got 2 cats, and I'm not in favor of the fact that we have 2 cats. In fact, they really kind of drive me insane. I'm the least favorite in the house of the cats, and the cats are the least favorite of mine.
What would happen if you came home and you told Mrs. Travis, you told Laura, I just think we could really benefit from like a pet porcupine or maybe a raccoon. Like, is any of that in the mix or definitely not?
I think that we're in the process of getting a house built, and the cats are going to be excluded from many parts of the new house. That they have wrecked substantial portions of that.
Also, let us know your thoughts at Clay and Buck. We can sign up, please, as subscribers for our VIPs. Send us your dog photos, but also if you want to weigh in on this list of 5 dog breeds that got the rough stuff here from this vet, weigh in. Go to clayandbuck.com, and I'm telling you, man, it's you mess with people's dogs, you've never seen anything like it.
We've been deluged, evidently, by photos of animals as a result. So there you go. We've had so many serious topics, by the way. Now people are going to be super fired up. Maybe the feds are going to have another reason to rate us.